Well, I'll kind of block my mic a little bit here. As you can tell, it's a bit windy today. This is Scott Walsh. Nice smallmouth bass to start it out. And I'm Roger Cormier from Midwest Outdoors, folks. This is not a typical filming day for us when we want to go out and talk about what a great destination someplace is. We are on Rainy Lake, Voyageurs National Park, northern Minnesota. It is a world-class destination and a great place to go fishing. We've got a wicked cold front, huh? I mean,
yeah.
What kind of winds?
Yeah, temp dropped on us 15 or 20 degrees and we got 15 to 20 mile an hour wind, so it's a little nasty.
But we're going to go out fishing today and we're going to show you what happens. We got a bunch of rods on the deck. We don't know what they're going to bite on. Scott just caught that first smallmouth on an X-Wrap. And we're going to tell you how to catch fish in cold front conditions. The beauty of a lake like Rainy is it's got such great fishing. We can work through these conditions and still have a good fishing day. And hopefully we can catch more fish than just that one. Let's see if we can make a show out of this.
Sounds good.
It's a good one here. And here we are, nice little protected shoreline. Scott's throwing a jerkbait in there and I'm staying up on the surface. And we got a lot of different lures and we'll show you some of the different stuff we're getting them on with these cold front conditions. Another good sized smallmouth.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that one.
You know, you can throw this on windy days. You can throw it in windier shorelines too. But when you got a calm shoreline like this, if there are any fish up shallow, it's a great triggering bait. Respectable little bass. Scotty, it's on the front, right in the front of this thing, on the front, right under my line.
Good one?
Woo! Starting to get a little bit of pattern going this morning. We haven't been able to pattern the presentation yet. We're throwing a lot of different stuff, but we are seeing that fish are pulling up and holding on, you know, like around boulders. This one I pitched a little hair jig, and this one was right behind a rock, just relating to a little shoreline structure. And they're probably in there feeding crayfish, or I was gonna say they're in feeding crayfish, but they're in there eating perch. See that? This fish just spit that up. And even though my presentation doesn't match a perch, it's just a little black hair jig, probably tricked this bass into thinking it was a leech. And he's up shallow doing the summer feed bag. That's what that fish spit up. I grabbed it as it was sinking. And another nice smallie. Quick little update on some of the things we've learned so far this morning. A lot of times when the cold front blows through, the smallies especially get finicky. They want smaller bites. They move a little deeper. Steady retrieve lures like a swimming grub like this or a little inline spinner like this number 4 Vibrax typically are really good lures in cold front conditions. I've been throwing these periodically throughout the morning and haven't had a bite on either one. For whatever reason today, the bass are telling us they don't want a lure with a steady retrieve. They want jerk baits, they want the scatter wraps, they want some plastics that we can, you know, put some action into and do some twitching with. They want some erratic movements in the baits that they're choosing to eat today. For whatever reason, that's what we're learning so far this morning, and that's guiding us as far as how we're gonna fish the rest of the day. You know, we're going through the tackle boxes here and grabbing some different combinations. This is a new scatter wrap deep crank. I've also got a shallow crank on, dark brown crawdad, and I got a Mardi Gras shallow on. It's a real light lure, but casts a mile. You don't have to impart a lot of action into the lure. It's all done just with a steady retrieve. The lure is a real erratic side-to-side wobble, just based on the fact that, you know, these fish are deep and shallow. We've caught them top water and we've caught them with jerk baits on the breaks, and this front's probably pushing these bass down a little deeper. Let's see if they'll eat a deep crank. This is a really nice smallmouth. Cool.
Ah, nice fish.
Look at that. That's a Mardi Gras color. It's kind of a olive green, real nice color. We've been trying a couple with the different crawfish patterns too. There's a demon and a dark brown crawdad and one they call mule. There are 3 different shades of browns that imitate crayfish. That's called Mardi Gras, but I like that color, and this fish just crushed it. Pretty nice smallmouth, about 17-incher. Oh, another scatter wrap fish.
Yeah, that was on the scatter wrap deep. I was actually throwing it off the deep end of that point, just bouncing it off the rocks. And
that's another good one. Oh yeah, beauty. That's on that bruised pattern.
It's a craw imitator, but it's blue, which a lot of times when crawfish are molting and shedding their exoskeleton, they'll get a bluish hue to them.
better than advertised, huh, Scotty?
Yeah, I thought we were going to have a pretty tough bite today with the weather conditions and the wind, but it turned out to be a pretty good day. We caught some nice fish.
Yeah, we had a ball out here. Minnesota's vacation paradise, Rainy Lake, International Falls in Rainier, Minnesota, right here on the Minnesota-Ontario border. Fantastic destination for families and sportsmen alike. You can call 1-800-FALLS-MN to get information on the lodging up here, all the accommodations, guided fishing, houseboat operations, everything you need for a great fishing vacation. Or you can go to the web address that you see on your screen. I'd like to thank Scott Walsh. I'm Roger Cormier. We'll be right back with more Midwest Outdoors.